الرحمن الرحيم الحمد لله والصلاة والسلام على رسول الله. السلام عليكم ورحمة الله وبركاته. In the name of Allah, the Beneficent, the Merciful, the Lord of the world, we thank Him, we adore Him, we glorify His holy name for His mercy and blessing on each and every one of us. We pray for His mercy and blessing on Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam, his household, his companions, and all the Muslims that tread the path of guidance that is left behind by Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam until the day of Qiyamah. Inshallah, our class continues today. We are still with our book Kitabu Tawhid by Sheikh Azeez, and we are still on the second chapter and the 11th section. So we are here to conclude the chapter and the section. So and the section is the one that is talking about في بيان الألف بغير الله والتوسل والاستغاثة بالمخلوق. So that is taking a oath with other than Allah, and also doing tawassul, that is seeking nearness to Allah through other things that is different from Allah, through created things, and also istigatha, and also seeking help through other than Allah or from created object or being. And now we have actually treated the first two, that is halfu bigorillah wal tawassul. So the third one is al-istigatha, and that is what we'll be looking at today, inshallah. So Sheikh, he said, Hukmu al-Istigatha wal-Istia'na bil-Makhluq. So he said the ruling, the Islamic ruling on doing Istia'na and Istigatha with created object or created being. Anything different from Allah is created. It's only Allah that is a non-created being. So anything different from me is created. But in other words, when you seek help, either Isti'ana or Istigatha, with anything different from Allah, so you are seeking help with Makhluq. So Isti'ana and Istigatha, according to Sheikh, he said, Al-Isti'ana, Torabora Masjid, or assistance in any matter. So in that sense, we refer to it what? Isti'ana. And Istigatha is at Isti'ana, but it is not every form of Isti'ana that is what? Istigatha. In other words, Isti'ana, it's a general term. And Istigatha is a subset under Isti'ana. So when you are doing Istigatha, it's a form of Isti'ana. So we can also refer you to as Isti'ana, but specifically Istigatha under Isti'ana. And Istigatha, like you have said, Isti'ana generally means any form of help. Nobody can help, nobody can render assistance except Allah. That is why at the beginning of Surah Al-Fatiha, Allah teaches us the most important prayer. That is Iyyaka na'budu wa iyyaka nasta'in. So when you say Iyyaka nasta'in, that is what? Isti'ana. So I want to ask, is Istigatha included or not? It is included. Because we say kullu istighathatin Isti'ana. Every form of Istigatha is what? Isti'ana. So when Allah says Iyyaka nasta'in, it means Istigatha is also involved. So which means when you want to do Isti'ana or Istigatha, we do to who? Iyyaka. And look at the statement. According to the scholar of the language, they say this is taqdeemul what? Maf'ul bih. So they present, that is, they change the order. And when this is done, it is actually done in order to place emphasis that accepts you or to do what is called asri. This is a form of asri. Asri means exclusivity. When you exclude other things. When I say asta'inuka, I will seek help from you. That does not exclude the fact that I can also seek help from what? Other than you. But when I say Iyyaka asta'in, I will only seek help from where? From only you. It means apart from you, no more, no less. I cannot seek help from other than you. So, and that is the implication here. So this Iyyaka, so that implies that only Allah and Allah alone can seek help from. Whether it's Isti'ana or Istigatha. And that has what? It has excluded seeking help from other. And it's a form of ibadah. Like we mentioned that scholars, even here from this verse, we see that it's a form of what? Ibadah. When you want to seek help from people or you want to seek help from others, so it is a form of actual ibadah. But does it mean we cannot seek help from human being at all? We will come to that actually. We will explain it. Because some people may actually misunderstand it. Do you mean we cannot go to somebody when we want to seek for assistance? No, that is not the meaning. We actually come to that, inshallah. But we want to actually look at the word technically, so that we have a clarity of the issue of the matter and the terminology. So Istigatha, like we mentioned, is actually referred to seeking help during the time of difficulty. And according to the scholar, they say it has 3 arkan. It has 3 parts. It has 3 elements. It has harmful Istigatha or adatu al-Istigatha. They call it what? Vocative particle. And we have al-Mustaghathu bihi wal-Mustaghathu la. We have adatu al-Istigatha wa al-Mustaghathu what? Bihi wal-Mustaghathu la. So the first one is the vocative particle. That is the particle we use in order to say it or in order to attend, in order to call attention that I want your help, I want your assistance. Well, Mustaghathu lahu is the one for whom help or assistance is being sought. And Mustaghathu bihi is the one with whom you are seeking what? Assistance. And fundamentally and logically and sensically, Mustaghathu bihi must be what? Must be aqwa min al-Mustaghathu what? Lahu. It is a condition that Mustaghathu lahu must be adra'af or da'ifu. And Mustaghathu bihi must be what? Qawi. And who is the Qawi? Allah. Who is strong? Who has power? It's Allah. So that is why it was always come from what? From Allah. But like we have said, does it mean when I have means or somebody who can assist me in a particular matter, assistance in a particular way, I cannot seek such a person help us? That is not the meaning. But the meaning is that it is not actually Istigatha or Istia'na. It is not actually the physical activity that is being referred to here. It is actually referring to our state of art. Because otherwise, when you want to get something, you use the means Allah has given you, isn't it? It's a form of Istia'na. It's a form of using what you have to get what you need. But do you actually believe that it is that particular thing that has granted you or that has given you what you want? That is where the issue of Istia'na and Istigatha comes. So when you are afraid of something, or you are afraid of danger, or you are hungry, and you know somebody who can give you food, does it mean you cannot go to that person? Of course you can go. And you are even expected to go. If you die of hunger, when you have somebody who can assist you, you will still be punished for that. Allah will punish you. Because the reason why I gave you sense and I have you, the other person to be within your reach is because I want you to what? To actually seek for him. That is why even in Sharia, it is permissible to hit haram during what? During difficult time. حرمت عليكم الميتة والدم ولحم الخنزير وما أهل به فمن اضطر غير باغ ولا عاد. So when you are forced to do it without aim or intention of committing sin or violating the law of Allah, it is just a situation that is push you to that. And when others Sharia limits are not being crossed, then you will be forgiven. Allah says, "Allah is mali." So in other words, you are allowed to make use of whatever means Allah has given you, but it should never occur to you or happen to you, or you never assume that thing or object has inherent ability to help you. It is Allah. Allah only use that thing to help you. Allah only use that thing to what? To grant you what you want. And that is where the issue of Istigatha is to come. So Allah said, Allah asked the Sahaba, the Prophet Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam, in Surah Al-Tawbah, that they should prepare for the enemy. What is the verse? Allah said you should prepare for the enemy from all means of what preparation. In other words, you should be ready. You should be physically fit. You should get means of what? Of getting them engaged. So otherwise, even the same surah, that is Surah Al-Anfal, Allah said, وَلَمْ تَقْتُلُوهُمْ وَلَكِنَّ اللَّهَ وَمَا رَمَيْتَ إِذْ رَمَيْتَ وَلَكِنَّ اللَّهَ. So, but it is still the same Allah that says you should prepare for them. So the meaning is that you should get means, or you should get whatever you have to get whatever you want. But in your heart, in your belief, it is who is doing it. That is the God, that is the Istia'na. That is the understanding. So, and that is what? Al-Akhsu bil-Azbab wa tawakkul ala Allah. You make use of Azbab, but your mind, your heart, your belief is that it is Allah. It's Allah that created them. It is Allah that gives them what they will use to help you. It is even Allah that will make it to be easy. So it is Allah that is doing it. And that one can also take about what we mentioned yesterday. You know, for the mutakallimun, for the al-mantiq, they believe that we can divide means of getting help or cause and effect into three. We have al-illatul maliyah, wa illatul mufawwada, wa illatul adhatiyah. That so there are some means of getting what you want that they have ability. They have independent ability to help you. Nothing have that except Allah. And they say we also have al-mufawwada, that is delegated ability. That is Allah delegated them. So that one may sound very correct, but it may still houses some form of shirk if care is not taken. So in other words, everything in nature is actually put in place by Allah, and if you are able to get benefit from it, it's Allah that wants you to benefit from it. If Allah doesn't want you to benefit from something, even if it is on your palm, you will either not know, or you know, but you will not be able to make use of it. And somebody in a very far place, the remote place, will be making your what is in your palm. Not even something close to you, or your right on your palm. You will not be able to make use of it because Allah doesn't want you to benefit from it. But someone who is far from you, who does not even know you at all, will be getting benefit from that same thing. And that is to tell you it is Allah that does everything. So your tawakkul should be on who? On Allah. So this Istigatha, like you mentioned, it is actually what? It is actually when you seek for help during the time of danger. Like Allah mentioned in Surah Al-Qasas by Prophet Musa, when he saw the Misri, one Egyptian and one Banu Israel, one of the Israelites, they were fighting. Allah said, فَاسْتَغَاثَهُ الَّذِي مِنْ شِيعَتِهِ عَلَى الَّذِي مِنْ عَدُوِّهِ فَوَكَّزَهُ مُوسَى فَقَضَى عَلَيْهِ. So the two people are fighting, and one of them is an Egyptian, the other one is a what? It's an Israelite. And the Israelite recognized Musa that this is my relative, this is my family, this one is related to me. Then he said, Musa, come and help me. That come and help me in that case is Istigatha. Because it's a time of what? Danger. So if care is not taken, they can beat the hell out of you. So he asked Musa to come and help him. So that in that case, it is Istigatha because it's a time of danger. When you are sick, you want Allah to come to your aid. It is Istigatha. When you have a danger, like Allah mentioned, Amma yujibul mudarra idha da'ahu wa yaqti what? Is it not the same Allah that listens to what? Somebody who is in a distress situation, somebody who is in a serious problem. So when you call unto Him, even because of your problem, and you did not intend any other person except Allah, Allah says, I answer you. Then I remove your danger, I remove your harm, I remove what is making life difficult for you. So also, when they want rainfall, it is a form of Istigatha because when there is no rain, when there is drought, so we will experience difficulty. There will be problem. So there will be no water. The weather will be harsh. Life will be difficult for us. That is why Allah mentioned in Surah Al-Anfal, "Istastagithuna rabbakum fastajaba lakum anni." So when you are doing Istigatha from your Lord, what was the Istigatha? Rainfall. And that is to tell you that rainfall comes from Allah. Like Allah said, Inna Allah indahu ilmu sa'a. Wa yanzul what? So this is Allah called rainfall what? Goyz. It is called Goyz. And when the rainfall is referred to as Goyz, it means a form of relief. It's a thing Allah descend or Allah send in order to relieve us, to solve our problem. So when there's no rainfall, it means there will be a problem. In other words, when we want rainfall, we seek from Allah. That is why in this place, Allah said, He is the one that descend what? Rainfall. So there was an incident that happened during the time of Imam Malik. A man prayed to Allah that he wants to know the day of his death. To want to know the date of one's death is actually not correct. It's not because, if Allah did not reveal it to us, it's not because Allah doesn't want us to obey out of His rahmah. There are many ways it's a rahmah. One of the ways is that human being, our nature, we tend to deceive ourselves. Like Allah mentioned, Allah said at the end of Surah Al-Azab, Allah said, Inna aradna amanata ala samawati. Where I want to use Allah said, Wakana insana zaluman. We are very deceptive and we are wrongdoing. We have a nature of wrongdoing by nature. We have tendency of doing wrong things. That's our nature. So in other words, when Allah has told us or revealed to us that this is the day of your death, 99% of human beings will be doing whatever they like. So when it remains just very small time to die, but it will not come before us because Allah will actually use everything. It will be used in other words to place on your what? On your scale on the day of Qiyamah. That is one thing. Another way to say rahmah for us is that anybody that knows the day of his death, he will be, his mind will not be at rest. You know, we love this world. We don't want to die. Our nature, we don't want to die. If Allah mention it. So that is why when somebody is told that he has a terminal disease, maybe HIV or any other disease, it is not, sometimes it's not even the disease that killed them, but the what? The knowledge that, hey, I will die in 3 months. I will die next year. You will not be able to sleep. That inability to sleep is a killer. That disturbance in your heart, when your mind is not at rest, wallah, is a killer. Because it's more stressful than anything. It will drain you, it will drain all your nutrients. And you hit the food will not stay. It is not actually the disease, but your fear. Why do you have that fear? Because you don't want to die. So now, if Allah has told us our date of death, we may forget, but immediately we remember, hey, next year I will die. Some of them have been told the day of death the first time, like Prophet Ibrahim, Prophet Adam has been told, even Prophet Yaqub. So, essential prophet, for us, nobody is told. And this man, he will pray to Allah. At the time, Allah sent an angel to him to show him 5 fingers, to show him something like this. So when this man, when he saw this finger, he quickly woke up and he fell into serious fear. He was very, very much afraid because he did not understand the meaning of 5. So he was now thinking, is this 5 minutes, 5 days, 5 weeks, 5 months, or 5 years? So who caused problem for himself? Why did you pray that you want to be the day of your death? So now they have shown you 5. Now you are in trouble. You cannot sleep again. So it's better to not to even want to know it. So but here, he was disturbed. So he has to approach Imam Malik. So Imam Malik now told him that the meaning of what the angel have shown you is not actually the day of your death. Because the fast or the sign is actually interpreting the fast as Surah Al-Luqman. That there are 5 things that Allah has not given the knowledge to anybody. So Allah keeps His knowledge with you. One of them is the date of your death. So the 5 means what you are asking for is one of those things that nobody will have the knowledge. And among them is what? Is to rainfall. So this one will take us to another, especially in this our modern age. You know, the modern technology has told us that we can do seeding of the atmosphere. They can seed the atmosphere and we make rainfall. I think it has been done in some areas. And with this, some people can reliably say they know the time of rainfall. Well, if it is based on valid astronomical calculation, it is based on astronomical calculation because it is still Allah that gives us the knowledge. So that may be valid. But somebody to be using astrology or to be using forbidden knowledge or occult science in order to know the time of rainfall, anything that is hidden, then it is a shirk. It's actually violating the principle of Tawheed. And it can make somebody to fall into shirk, and it's very dangerous. So where we have actually gone is that Istigatha is actually shown in this verse. The first one, when you are fighting somebody, you seek help, that is Istigatha. When you need rainfall, that is what? Istigatha. And Istigatha does not stay there. Anytime you call on somebody to come and help you, like we mentioned that Istigatha has pillars. So the first one is what? The first one is Adatul what? Adatul Istigatha, Al-Mustaghath lahu wal Mustaghath bi. So when you say, yeah, somebody come and help me, you have done Istigatha. And it is haram, it is forbidden. Like some people they say, Ya Muhammad, Muddad. It is haram, it is come and help us. All these are forbidden, all these are wrong. So Islamically, or according to, yes, it is right, with conditions. One of the conditions is that the person must be living. He must be what? Living. He must be alive. So you don't call on anybody die in that state. Allah, it is even better for such a person to have not lived. Because there's no forgiveness. He's going to be there forever. His abode is in Jahannam. So, and also, when you seek help from somebody, it must be something that is within the reach, within the power of that person. You must see that physically this person has what I'm asking him for. Not somebody he cannot afford, or he doesn't have power. Which means if you know he doesn't have power, you want him to use another power. Whereas nobody has that power, except who? Except Allah. So apart from this, we also can talk about Istigatha in three other ways. Like when we talk of Istigatha, it is actually when you make a direct call onto somebody. Like we said, we have the particle when you call on somebody to come and help you. So, and seeking help can also come in indirectly. When you do tawassul, we have talked about tawassul in the past. So, Istigatha is actually you are calling on somebody directly to come and what? Help you. Like we have mentioned the one that is permissible. But if you are calling on somebody indirectly to come and help you, but it's not actually calling him, but you are asking him to want to pray for you, or to be a what? To be a link between you and Allah. That is also permissible. We said it last week. But we said it's a very dangerous aspect actually. Because that is what has made majority of people who are falling to shirk today, that is the area where they fall into shirk. We talk about Nasara. Their matter is not actually the way it is today, that is not how it started. Initially they did not believe Prophet Isa has divine power. They didn't believe it. In fact, Prophet Isa was sent to Banu Israel. Isn't it? When the mother, they alleged the mother that she committed what? She committed adultery. Because they have never seen that. Until when Allah proved the what? When Allah proved to the mouth of Prophet Isa himself. فَأَشَارَتْ إِلَيْهِ قَالَ إِنِّي عَبْدُ اللَّهِ آتَانِيَ. So when they heard him speaking, some of them believed, some did not still believe. So when Prophet Isa grew up, and he started the message, when Allah gave him the message, when he started, majority of them, they opposed him. Majority of them opposed him. Now, how can people that oppose somebody still believe is divine? And the few that followed him, his disciples, the Awariyun, they never take him to be what? To be divine. They didn't. He didn't. It was after his death that this problem started. Even when it started at the beginning, they only believe that he is divine. I mean, his divine is close to Allah, and as such, we should be able to make use of it to reach Allah. Just like the Arab, they also do. That we cannot see Allah and want to call on him. We should have something we should put in front of us. When we see it, we focus on Allah. That is a satanic trick. That is a trick from Shaitan. That is how Shaitan tricking people. When they want to cause shirk in the first place, during the time of Prophet Noah, that is when you see them, you remember them. They agreed. He did not even disturb those who want to worship those idols. He didn't disturb them. It was after those generations ago, because he knows those people will easily resist, because they have never heard that. From Adam to that time, nobody has committed shirk against Allah. They were all on Tawheed. So we don't worship them. We only want them to make us close to Allah. That is satanic tricks. Wallah, Shaitan is very trickish. It tricks a lot. So here we can actually use a bean to do tawassul or other things, and we have said that using makhluk is very dangerous, especially human being. So it's better to go to Allah directly, better pray to Allah, and Allah says He's closer to us than anything we can imagine. He knows what is in your heart. Prophet Zakaria, he prayed to Allah in the darkness in the depth of his heart. He did never say it in his heart. He just saw the miracle in the life of Maryam. He said, Anna laki hada. How did you, this one, this is from Allah, Inna Allah yashku yasha bi ghayri hisab. He said, oh Allah, come and do what? Hunalika da'a Zakaria. And then, he prayed to Allah. But according to Surah Maryam, he prayed the prayer in what? In his heart. He didn't say it. And Allah answered. Allah said, whether you say it out or you don't say it out, I know what is going on in your heart. Then why do I need to go to somebody else? Like we are saying, it is not forbidden, but it is dangerous. If you do not deify that particular person, you may go to extent that that person is the most holy person in this world. I respect him. In fact, you can give him a respect up to the point of disrespecting Allah. You know, when you love somebody, or somebody has done something that is very strange, you can respect it that even when you see what Allah says you should do, out of his fear or respect, you may leave it. That is how it happens. That is why to avoid it and go to Allah directly, it is more honorable. We are all honored by Allah. Allah loves you. Allah wants us to call unto him. Allah wants us to get connected unto him. That is why at the middle of the night, the last part of the night, Allah will come to the Sabah of Dunya, like Hadith of the Prophet. He'll be asking, who wants me to forgive you? Who wants me to do this? That is the connection between you and your Lord. Allah says, I'm close to you. You actually did not need anybody to connect to me. You only need your heart and your righteousness. Allah, that's all you need. So we can do tawassul, and there's also what is called tashafu'. So tashafu' can mean making use of, like they call it intercession, that is to get something to intercede. So this is also permissible, but it has intercession can happen on our service. It also happen on the day of Qiyamah. On the day of Qiyamah, we have been told the type of intercession. Even the intercession of the day of Qiyamah, it will not happen except with the permission of Allah. Not only with the permission, the person that is going to do intercession on your behalf, it must be somebody who Allah is pleased with. So a criminal or somebody Allah is not permitted will not ever do what? To not do Shabbat. So in other words, we can do Istigatha, but our heart should do tawakkul on Allah. Like that example of Prophet Musa. So it's what Istigatha. The Sahaba, the Prophet, they did Istigatha, they prayed to Allah to give them rain. But they never believe it is anything physical. It's actually Allah. But they make use of what Allah gives them. And tawassul is also permitted. Like we mentioned in the tawassul, the first level and the best level is to use the Asma'ullah wa Sifat. To use the attributes of Allah and his what? And his names. So you call unto Allah, say, Falillahi al-Asma'ul Husna, Fad'uhu. Call unto him with those names. He has beautiful names and attributes. When you want to pray to Allah, call unto him. He has the names. Like we mentioned the example of the among the council of Prophet Sulaiman. So he did not use anything. Like today, if something miraculous happens, people will be very disturbed. Some people will never believe it can happen. Except maybe they believe you use something fetish or something magical. You know, when some people see something unusual or something extraordinary or something supernatural happening in you or in today, it will take a very long way for them to believe that it happened naturally with the power of Allah. Why? Because they are not used to that. They only believe that people use juju, people use magic to make things happen magically or miraculous. That it comes from Allah, they say it's a lie. It's a lie, it cannot happen. But this is what Allah did. He's reporting, Allah is recording the Quran, and we are reading it. And Allah said, a sunnah doesn't change. The law of Allah doesn't change. Allah himself doesn't change. Why will Allah change? Allah doesn't change in his being. He doesn't change in his name. He doesn't change in the way he behaves. If Allah did something to people in the past, I didn't do it today, it's because people of this today did not satisfy the condition that made Allah to do it. Otherwise, Allah said, my Lord doesn't change. If you can satisfy the condition and make Allah to have done it for them, He will have done it for you. Iblis, Shaitan, that you see today, he was originally on the earth surface. But he did what we qualify him to be in the heaven. Out of Ibadah, then he was raised up. That is why he was among the angels. Initially he was on the house of him. Mind you, Allah knew he was going to do what he did. But at that time, he satisfied the condition. And that is another way Allah is different from human being. If I know anything negative about you, even when you are doing good today, I will use it against you. Is that not human being? But that is not Allah. Absolutely. Okay, you have satisfied the condition now. Even when I have known that you are going to be a problematic person in the future, I will give you what you have deserved today. That is Allah. And that is justice. And that is how we are supposed to be behaving also. Okay, that person is going to cause problem in the future. But he has not caused it now. Give him what he deserves now. So, I don't satisfy the condition at that time. Allah raised him up. He was among the angels. And Allah gave him many good qualities. Prophet Muhammad, he also satisfied the condition Allah raised him up. Many prophet and messenger of Allah, they also satisfied. Idris was in the first level. Prophet Isa is there. وَمَا قَتَلُوا وَمَا صَلَبُوا وَلَكِنْ بَلْ رَفَعَهُ. Allah raised him unto him. Don't think it happened by chance. Wallah, it did not happen by it because they satisfied the condition for them to be raised up by Allah. Iblis was not a prophet. He was a jinn. But he satisfied the condition, Allah raised him up. Despite the fact that he was going to do what he did. And Allah is aware of it. If only we can also satisfy the condition for anything we want for Allah, Allah says I will be it for you. And it doesn't change in any way. My law is consistent and is constant. I created everything, and the law with which everything operates, I created it and it belongs to me. And it doesn't change. And it doesn't change physically, and it doesn't change religiously, it doesn't change theologically. What I mean is that since we are born, have you ever heard that in those days water boiled at 100 degrees Celsius, today is boiling at 50 degrees Celsius or 120? That has been the law, and it will not change. The same way that law doesn't change, that is the way the law of Allah, the way you deal with people, that is the way it doesn't change also. That is the way the law, those law doesn't change. If you feel there is a problem somewhere, it means you have actually violated the law of what? The law of equilibrium. You know, another law we believe. Sometimes we believe in these laws in our studies, in our science. But when it comes to religion or nature, we don't believe it. So one of the law in chemistry is that there is what they call the Torabora principle of it. Wal-Abdu, Wadu'aha, Wa-Wadu'a what? Wa-Wadu'a al-Mizan. So Allah placed equilibrium in everything. One way Allah did with us is through our leaders. So we started to have leaders that will not have our message at heart. We started to have leaders that will not want us. And that is what, who caused it? We are the one. Allah said, what is causing problem in the land is nobody will have the right to do any form of shafa'ah except anybody Allah is pleased with. And until after the permission granted by Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. So I've been notified that our time is up. Inshallah, we'll stop on this note to continue tomorrow. May Allah make it easy for us. Subhanaka Allahumma bihamdik. Ashhadu an la ilaha illa anta astaghfiruka wa atubu ilayk. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.
Wa alaikum assalam wa rahmatullahi. Jazakumullah khair. Alhamdulillah wa salatu wa salam wa sallallahu wa ala alihi wa sahbihi ajma'in. We ask Allah to reward our stars abundantly, serve Him for goodness. We ask Allah to grant us better understanding of our religion. If there is any question from the audience, we should signify. Now, in the absence of no question, we stop here for today and continue tomorrow by the same time. Then we urge all our brothers to come early as possible tomorrow so that we can start. And then we need others to be available. May Allah make it easy for every one of us. Grant us goodness in this world and after, and ease our face. Assalamu alaikum.